Hey guys, thank you for clicking this video. Just to let you know, this is a segment from my live streams that I do Sunday through Friday. Once again, if you want to catch the live stream, that is going to be Sunday through Friday, 6:30 Mountain Time. And if you don't know what time that is in your time, go ahead and Google it. But once again, enjoy the video, subscribe, and like this video. Back to the video. All right, so at some point, okay, I gotta admit, I have to admit, I did feel bad for this individual. And if you clicked on this video or you already in the live stream, you already know who I'm talking about, just let me cook, okay? Let me cook right now. I did feel bad for this individual because I'm still human. I don't like people being disrespected, being like treated less than because of the color of their skin, something that they have no control over, their religion, something that they choose to get into. So now you're judging that person in the most marginalized, demonizing way. A part of me still feels bad, even if it's someone like Vivek Ramaswamy, something like that, okay? Whatever, don't be in the comment like, oh my God, you mispronounced his last name. Okay, Jesus Christ, you win, okay? But nevertheless, Mr. Vivek, even though I feel bad, or I felt bad the first time, because once again, it didn't happen again. I felt bad the first time, like, damn, you know, and once again, just in case if you haven't seen it, let's just go ahead and watch it.
I, too, am a fan of yours. I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black.
Okay. Wow. Even though I knew that was coming, it still caught me off guard. Oh, okay. That should have been warning number one. Vivek should have heard that and been like, oh my God, she just disrespected Black Americans. She's going to disrespect me to the fullest extent. He should have been ready for that. Okay. But let's rerun that, okay? And this was what? A year ago, okay? Let's rerun that, okay? This is Ann Coulter.
I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that.
Hey, sometimes short and sweet is all you need. She said, hey, after saying this racist thing, okay, you're smart. Your communication skills are amazing. And I agree with 90% of everything you said. That's a compliment, right? But then she said, I still would not have voted for you because you're a Indian, not because you're Indian. You're a Indian, which is crazy to me. So that was red flag number one. Okay. And once again, this is how ambition and being an opportunist and being a grifter, it blinds you from like seeing these red flags, seeing something like that. You should have been like, oh, these people are not going to accept me. No matter how hard I try to assimilate to their culture, no matter how hard you try. Once again, you can adopt their religion, Christianity. You can do that. You can adopt their language. Even though they don't speak good English, they want you to adopt their language. Okay, check. Done it, okay? You can even identify with them politically. Hey, you're a conservative, you believe in X, Y, and Z. Well, guess what? I'm a conservative. I believe X, Y, and Z, and even more. Because we know non-white people, you know, Black, Asians, Mexican homies, anything in between, it feels like they need to really amp it up to show Republicans, white Republicans, like, hey, I am an ally. Please accept me into your family. Someone like Candace Owens will say all the disrespectful, racist things about black folks just to try to fit in. But once again, and I'm going to get that on the shirt, once again, that is my slogan right there, okay? Once again, if you are brown, they don't want you around. I might get that on the shirt too. Yeah, I might. But once again, it is crazy to me that someone like Vivek Ramaswamy can be intelligent. He's a smart guy. I done heard him talk. I done heard more interviews than what I need to of him. A very smart guy, very educated when it comes to his communication skills. On point. A little annoying. Tries to sound like Obama a little bit, but once again, his communication skills is on point. And when it comes to his wealth, he's a wealthy person. A millionaire. Owns his own businesses and whatnot. Got a few books out. A very wealthy guy. But that just goes to show you, no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how great of a communicator, and no matter how much money you got, you can still fall into the white supremacy talking points. You can still go down that dark and lonely, slippery slope of a road. You can still find yourself trying to chase something that you will never, in this country, until things turn around, you will never achieve. I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that. So let's watch this recent exchange. I guess he's running for governor in Ohio, and once again, the same old song.
I have a personal question. It's allowed. So based on what the press says about your beliefs, you call yourself a Hindu, but you also call yourself Christian.
I don't call myself Christian. I call myself a Hindu. I know that may be a hard thing to process. I will tell you, I'm not running to be pastor of Ohio. I'm running to be governor of Ohio, and I didn't run to be pastor of America. I ran to be president of the United States of America. Do you think it's...
So that's mistake number one. If you have to explain to a room full of people like, I'm Hindu, I'm Christian, I'm whatever, but that has nothing to do with me running for this office. That has nothing to do with this here. If they are judging you off of that, you should already know this is a battle you're not going to win. Vivek, that head like this, and you have no idea still.
Ohio, and I didn't run to be pastor of America. I ran to be president of the United States of America. Do you think it's inappropriate for someone who's a Hindu to be, say, a U.S. president?
No, I think it's... No, well...
You be honest.
Okay, hold on. Listen, look at his face. He almost slipped him and said, no, I don't see. But he was like, oh, shoot, I'm racist. I'm hateful. I'm a bigot. Okay, hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. I'm new at this racist stuff. Let me get my thoughts together and not answer the question. Listen.
Hard thing to process. I will tell you, I'm not running to be pastor of Ohio. I'm running to be governor of Ohio, and I didn't run to be pastor of America. I ran to be president of the United States of America. Do you think it's inappropriate for someone who's a Hindu to be, say, a U.S. president?
No, I think it's... No, well...
You be honest.
Oh, man. That was crazy.
I have a personal question.
Okay, I think they're going to read
perspective on which Christianity is. So I guess I'm wondering why you have Christian values in that way.
Sure. Happy to address that. What's your name, sir?
Liam Birmingham.
Liam. So tell me about what you know about Hinduism.
Hinduism is a polytheistic religion that.
So with due respect, I'll just cut in right there because there's one thing I have a little bit of authority on. I'm actually a monotheist. I believe there's one true God. It's from the Vedanta tradition of Advaita philosophy, not stuff that, we need to spend a ton of time here on, but since you asked about it, I wanted to address it. I believe there's one true God. Now, let me just ask you, because I know that may be a hard thing to process. What's your faith?
I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus.
Great. Do you believe in the Holy Trinity? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit?
I think a lot of people here do. So
good. And that doesn't make you a polytheist, does it?
Probably not, no.
Great. Because I think this is it's a great spiritual question. There's good dialogue here. Is every religion has its reconciling of the one and the many. And so in my faith, I believe there's one true God. He resides in all of us, and he appears in different forms, but it's one true God. So I'm an ethical monotheist. That's the way I would describe.
Now, once again, I understand what he is saying. Trust me. Like I said, I'm a Christian since 2009. I done read my Bible from Genesis to Revelations, from Revelations to Genesis, okay? I get it. I understand the Trinity, but it's one true. I get it. But once again, this is politics. This should be politics. This is why I hate politics, because they intertwine this country is slowly intertwining Christianity, which I don't want no part of when it comes to this intertwining. They're trying to infuse it with politics, and that is a dangerous thing. Once again, read a few history books. It'll explain it to you, but you don't want that. And Vivek does a good job at pointing that out at the end of this. But once again, it's like you're fighting an unwinnable battle. You don't understand. You're fighting decades and centuries of this country being who it is. This is this country right now. And you're like fighting to fit in. And it's not going to work. But hey, like I said, maybe it's a weird kink he has. Maybe he likes to be humiliated by a Birmingham guy last name. My last name is Birmingham. Okay. You want to be humiliated by this guy here. Okay.
He appears in different forms, but it's one true God. So I'm an ethical monotheist. That's the way I would describe my faith. Now, I will tell you, I'm not running to be pastor of Ohio. I'm running to be governor of Ohio, and I didn't run to be pastor of America. I ran to be president of the United States of America. Can I ask you a question in response? Because I love dialogue like this.
Sure, yeah.
Do you think it's inappropriate for someone who's a Hindu to be, say, a U.S. president?
No, I think it's... No, well...
You be honest.
Isn't Hinduism... Well, I mean, I can ask yourself that Hinduism believes in Shiva and, what is it, the flute god, I forget.
Right, Krishna, who's you're thinking of.
Yeah, Krishna.
So the one thing for you to take away from, about my faith is, I'm an ethical monotheist. I believe in one true God, the Advaita philosophy of Vedanta. And I think that as you think about the Holy Trinity and what that means for, you're not a polytheist either. That's a similar philosophy, and I'd love to kind of continue that over a religious dinner conversation sometime. But
Vivek, hey, can I call you Vivek? Hey, Mr. Vivek. That's not the point, though. Do you think he's interested in hearing about your Hindu philosophy and the history of it? And no, he doesn't even, I'm pretty sure he doesn't even understand his own religion, his own belief. Okay, I can bet you money on that. So he does not care about understanding yours. But one thing he does understand is that you're not Christian. You don't believe what he believes. And that's it. There's nothing else. There's no passing go. There's no collecting $200. You go straight to jail. He doesn't want to hear all that. He's not there to learn and figure out who you are as a politician and what you're going to do in creating legislation and policies to better his life. No. Why would he want to listen to that? All he wants to hear is the keywords. You're Christian, you're a conservative, and you love Donald Trump, I guess. I don't know. That's all he wants to hear. But no, when you try to like intellectualize everything, which could work, but you can't do that with ignorant, hateful, bigoted people like this. You can't do it. It doesn't work. But Vivek, you keep trying, sir.
But you also call yourself a Hindu as well.
I am a Hindu. I am a Hindu. So I'd like to. So we're here mostly. I love having spiritual discussions. We can continue this another time. What I'd like to focus on today, though, is actually where that leaves us with the values of our own country, the shared values of this country, and actually, to that effect, what's your name?
Liam Birmingham.
Liam, I have something I'd like to give you. Would you like to just come on stage and join me for a moment? It's something that's really important to me. It's next to my faith and to my family. This is the next most important thing to me in life. I usually keep it with me, and for tonight, I think it'll actually be really useful for having you come up here, and I'd love to give it to you. You want to join us for a second? Give Liam a round of applause, folks, for being brave and asking a tough question.
Man, bro does not care. Bro does not care. But hey, Vivek, go ahead and do what you want to do, okay? Oh my God, he gonna take his sweet time.
Thank you. Thank you, Liam. So what I'm about to give you is something that's actually near and dear to my heart. And when I think about our journey of leadership in this country, what matters more than the differences in our faith is our shared value set. And next to my faith and my family, this is the next most important thing to me. This is the Constitution of the United States of America. There's
Bro, that was corny as hell. What's most important to my faith is the Constitution, and he held it up. He knew he was trying to make this a viral moment. I get it. It's viral for the wrong reasons, but he was like, hey, and next dear to my heart, next to my faith, it's the Constitution. Oh my God. Get out of here with that, bro. This guy's gonna take that, throw it away, leave it in the car somewhere, probably use it to roll up his joints or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He does not care. He's at a turning point rally here. 9 times out of 10, these people do not care about the Constitution. Okay?
I'm going to give you my copy from today. And there's 7 articles in it. I'll ask you to just open it up real quick to Article 6, if you will, for a second. And I think it's actually, we talk about the Constitution a lot in our country, and I love that. One of the things I love about it is it actually makes sense to read the Constitution from time to time. It's a good thing to actually read. So we'll go to Article 6. There's 7 articles in it. And why don't you just read the Part 3 to the audience?
And once again, I guarantee you, he's never read this in his entire life. Okay?
We'll make this our constitutional reading for the day.
The senators and representatives before mentioned and the members of the several states legislators and all executives and judicial officers both in the United States and several states shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious text shall ever be required as qualification to any office or public trust under the United States.
Hey, once again, that's right there should be a nice foundation to build politics upon. Once again, we can disagree with a lot of what our founding fathers have done and what they didn't do, but that right there, I think, is a pretty solid starting point. But once again, none of that means nothing. You can talk about whatever constitutional rights, you can talk about whatever articles you can pull up. It doesn't matter if the person on the other side of the conversation does not care. They already don't know about it, but they don't care. And that's what Vivek is seeming to not understand. Education is needed. Yes, I get it. But then there's a whole nother side to it. They don't want to learn. They could care less to learn. As long as you mark off their little check boxes, religion, the language, and you adopt their ideology, you can be at most friends. That's it. But they're never going to allow you to rule over them in any capacity. Not at all. They wouldn't vote Vivek to be the postman in their neighborhood. If they had an election for that, they would not even vote for Vivek to do that. I'm sorry. But hey, unfortunately, that's the country we live in. God bless them.
Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra.